What is going on, everybody? Today we are going to go to the car wash, clean up this car. It needs to be cleaned up. I normally detail my own cars. Barely ever taken my cars through a pre-dug car wash, but I'm tired, don't really feel like doing a full detail today, so you bet we're going to go through that car wash. But I'm gonna go do that, go get something to eat, talk about some stuff. Got a lot of parts coming on the way. Got an oil filter relocation, got a wideband AFR gauge, and have a bunch of computer parts and stuff coming. So anyway, well, I'll talk about it. Well, we're in the car wash now. I get so paranoid that maybe I left the windows or something up. But I didn't, so we'll see. Got to vacuum this thing out now. Much better. This car definitely needs some new carpet, seats, and mats, definitely. In the future, I would like to get them reupholstered. Got some boxes out here on the carport. Okay, let's see what we got. Gretty, that's gonna be my oil filter relocation. Summit Racing, that's going to be my AEM gauge. Now my question is, why is the oil filter relocation in this tiny box and the AEM gauge in this big box? I don't know. Alright, what's up, guys? I'm going to go grab a knife real quick. We're in the kitchen opening these this time because my room is a mess right now. I don't really have any room for that, so anyway, we're gonna go ahead and open this stuff up right here. I'm hoping that this thing is as good quality as it looks like in the pictures. It's a Gretty, so I mean it should be pretty good. They make good JDM stuff. Hoses seem kind of short. Regardless, 2 hoses. No clue what this is supposed to be. And here are the actual brackets themselves. And here is the bracket that we'll use to mount it. Okay, let's check out this box right here. If we can figure out how to open it. Airbag. Double airbag. Boom. AEM gauge. Go ahead and open this thing up. If I could figure out how. There we go. There's the gauge. Not really sure what that is. I guess the bracket to hold it in the box. Cables. Cables. Different face. Different bezel. Here is the actual Bosch O2 sensor. Okay. And let's see, some little crimp connectors, and I'm not really sure what that is. I think that's Yeah, it's a bung, I believe, to weld in to be able to use it. and a rubber band, whatever that's for. Okay, so this is the gauge, full digital. I'm assuming this piece right here is what, okay, this is what powers the gauge, and this is the sending unit sensor to the O2 sensor, I believe. So should be pretty easy to install. My downpipe already has spots for those. Not really sure if we're going to install that stuff in this video or not. This stuff definitely will be installed during the motor swap for sure. It's also got a plug in it right there where I can thread in an adapter to use an oil pressure gauge, which I already have. I bought one of those back when I was just buying parts for the motor swap. So that is that for that stuff. I'm going to make this a two-part video. Like I said, I'm trying to upload a little bit less a week, so maybe I'll have more content in the video for you guys. But I have some computer parts that I'm assuming, since I didn't come today, will be here tomorrow. But that's a ton of cool stuff if you guys are into that. It makes for, the parts I'm buying are going to make for a really sweet gaming / editing rig, so I'm going to show that stuff as well. But anyway, that's going to be it for this portion of the video, guys. So I will see you cool cats tomorrow. I take that back. The video is not over for today. I've never actually plugged my Instagram here on YouTube, but anyway, follow me here at @mellow_2jz. That is my Instagram account. I have another Instagram account that's from like high school that I don't use anymore. So if you find that one, you're subscribing or you're following the wrong page because I don't use it anymore. So anyway, yeah, follow me at @mellow_2jz. Okay, what's going on, guys? It's the next day. Excuse me for looking extra hobo today. I just got off work. So today we are going to install the AEM wideband gauge. I was gonna wait for the single turbo swap, but I mean it's always good on a turbo car to have a wideband gauge. So what we're doing today is, I don't know if you can see it, but you can barely see the downpipe down there. And there is an O2 bung in it, and we are going to just stick the wideband sensor down there. We're going to run the wiring somewhere through the firewall, and then we're going to hook it up inside the car. I still don't have a gauge pod, but I'm ordering one Friday. Today is Wednesday. Ordering one Friday, and we are going to custom build one. They don't really make a 3-pod gauge cluster deal for the IS300, except they do, but it's like super expensive, the TRD one. So we're just going to do what most people do that have these, and we're going to make one. So you can get the Subaru WRX gauge, triple gauge pod for the top of the entertainment stack on top of the dash. You can get that gauge pod and trim it a little bit, and then either screw it in or mold it with fiberglass. We're probably going to go for the molding it with fiberglass to make it look better, and install those. But until then, we're just going to set it up there next to the coolant temp gauge. So anyway, we're going to get on that. Got to lift the car up now and try to get under it and see if I can get to that O2 bung. So, alright, that is the bung on the O2 right there. And that is what we're taking out, and we're putting in our wideband right there. So, alright, so finally got that bastard. I really need a taller jack, or a car lift would be absolutely great right now. Alright, so I've got it dangling right there. It is installed. Now I just don't know whether to run the cable under the car or sneak the cable up into the engine bay and wire it from there. I'm not really sure yet. We'll figure it out. Okay, so hit my head a good number of times. So anyway, we have the plug coming right here in the engine bay. I'm going to bring it through right here, and then I'm going to stick it through the firewall, and we're going to run it through under the dash. And well, if the car was unlocked, I would show you, but we're going to wire it into one of those, either one of those fuses or the cigarette lighter power wire. So yeah, one of those. Definitely could use one of those quick jack lift systems that lifts the car up. Would have made that a whole hell of a lot simpler to do, for sure. So, you know, definitely need to consider maybe buying one of those in the future. Okay, so step number 2 is going to be to run this through the firewall. This is the cable that plugs into the sensor, like the actual Bosch sensor, and that is what provides the AFR reading. And so we're going to run that through that grommet in the firewall that my battery cable is also ran through for the battery relocation. Okay, so come in here in the car. I have this ran through the firewall grommet. I'm going to run this behind the glove box up the dash into here, and then take some of the little plastic ties and coil this up and tie it together so we don't have just so much wire running around. But this is the gauge. It has 2 connections in the back. This is the connection right here from the sensor, and this is the connection that feeds it power. I want to say that blue is to hook up to anything that has data logging capabilities, like if you have an AEM standalone. White is an output wire, black is ground, red is power. And so we're going to run that cable either down there into the driver's side fuse box into a 10 amp fuse, or to the cigarette lighter right here, and then also run that up through that until we get a gauge pod for it. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and run these wires and then show you guys what I did with it next after that. Alright, got the glove box pulled out. Cable ran up through here, and just gonna tie that up and stick it through back there, and then just clip the glove box back into place. And just like that, can't see the cable hidden behind the glove box, can't see it in the glove box, can't really see much of it right there either, and we're going for that clean look, so that's fine by me. Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and run the other cable and plug the gauge in up there and then wire in that side, and then we should be good to go to test it. Alright, so after arguing with the wiring and a few choice words, finally have it done. I have it wired in with one of those little fuse connector wires down there in the fuse box with a 10 amp fuse. I have the cables both ran through right there, so let's see. Alright, and let's check what we are at idle. That's kind of rich at idle. Alright, let's take it for a test drive and see what we're at. Alright, right now idling in gear, this is what we're showing, so that's not bad. Alright, let's go down the road a little bit. Alright, about to go wide open throttle again. Alright, so that was up to the 112 mile an hour speed limiter, so that was all the way through the revs. We are running, I'd say, a little bit leaner than I would like. I would appreciate being somewhere around, you know, the 12s whenever I'm wide open throttle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go home and I'm going to readjust my fuel pressure and probably see what that does as far as changing it. I did lower my fuel pressure. A lot of people recommend going around 40 to 42 at idle, and I lowered mine down to about 38, 39 at idle, and so that might be what's causing it not getting enough fuel. So definitely gonna go home and do that. Alright everybody, I would say that was a pretty successful install. AFRs are reading accurately and everything. and it's about what I figured it would be. I figured that we would be a little bit richer under boost than what we are, though, because of my gas mileage. But we will we'll save the adjusting of the fuel pressure and adjusting of the AFRs for another video, because I'm tired and I need a shower. So this is where this video is going to be ending, guys. I hope you enjoyed the install. Got a whole lot more installs in the future on the way. Got the oil filter relocation right over here as well. And we're going to be pulling the motor and doing the single turbo swap and everything. So plan for a good bit more number of installs. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe for more videos if you're just now checking out the channel. And stick around for future videos, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. Peace out.